I have found Shulker's hideout. Now where's Shulker himself? Let's see if I could make the apology that's needed. Ah, here he is. Hello.
That neighing fellow apologized? To me? Strange times we're living in.
It's not like I had much of a choice agreeing to help you folks, but if he could find it in him to apologize, maybe there's something for us orcs in the future other than war. We'll be on our way soon enough. I wonder what's out there. Well, good question. What is out there? Another world, perhaps, at least from their point of view. But I think it's time for me to return to Stolly and tell him what I found. This is what I found.
What have you found? What have you found?
I will clean these off and have a look, but I'm not especially hopeful. Perhaps once I have scrubbed the filth from this jewel, it will match an indentation on the steep set, but I suspect that it won't. Still, it may have worth all it's on, even should it not prove to be one of the Zabadi bean. Allow me to give you this marvel in token of your mutually beneficial relationship, Pineleaf. Yes, I suppose so.
I understand you have a report for the prince. Do not let me keep you.
Yes, and continue to keep your eyes open for any relics that you might find of interest. Alright, fine. I will speak to Durin. We should be this way. Hello, sir.
You have returned from Deep's Grave. How fares the Bergbeam?
The Bergbeam remains strong, then? Good, good. For the pillar of the mountain to retain its stability even after so many centuries of orc degradation seems a marvel to me. But perhaps it should not surprise me so, for I feel the presence of some enchantment upon the mountain home, an enchantment that preserves it from orcish abasements. Have you not noticed the remarkable resilience of the walls of Gundabad, an unwillingness to suffer the marks of orc filth? Yes, I have noticed that it looks a lot better than I thought it would after all these years. Yes, that may be so, but still, the orcs have lived beneath the mountain for many years, and the refuse in which they've dwelt may hold useful information for those seeking to combat them. Scour their homes and persons in Deep's Grave for useful records, and bring them to me when your search is done. Alright, fine. I shall do so. Search and find records. Ah, here's the camp. Now I just need to find this information. They must be on lunch break. Oh, hold on. Here's something. Apparently the goblins don't want me to interrupt their lunch break. Well, I guess somebody had to be left on guard at the time. And they're not happy that they were left out here alone to guard the place when some hobbit could just come up and steal their important papers. Well, too bad. Among the place I find a diary containing goblin scribbles. Ah, here's some more papers. Not as well guarded. Not that the others were all that well guarded either. An enraged orc bellows at the oh! Apparently they are! Well. It was a mistake for you to come here! Yeah, I guess that's on his list of complaints. Hobbits coming in and disturbing their rest. A record of some sort of a takeover. Interesting. Oh! Apparently he doesn't like this one either. I guess no one wants to... doesn't want anyone to know about it. How about that? A Frost Horde takeover. Yes, I certainly don't like those. Well then, let's bring these back to Durin. I have found some records, sir.
You found a great deal of information among the dwellings of the orcs, I see.
I shall pursue these as soon as I'm able. I am not accustomed to so much reading, and in such unpleasant orcish handwriting no less. Still, I'm sure there will be information of use within these papers, and I thank you for finding and delivering them to me. Yes, reading in orcish hand is not going to be easy. Ah, now. Oh, uh, hello?
I beg you excuse my interruption, Prince Durin.
What, you have urgent words? My student, Eskil Bloodthumb, has been captured by orcs. Uh-oh.
It is my fault.
I thought in my company the lad would be safe, and the experience would teach him a healthy caution while venturing into orc-controlled caverns. But I was wrong. We were on the bridge that extends northwest of the Bergbeam when a party of orcs attacked and overwhelmed us. I called to Eskil to shelter behind me, but in all the turmoil I lost track of him. When I managed to get clear of the orcs were gone, and my student was with them. I also lost my axe during the fighting, the axe in which the golden tooth of my dear friend Lofric is embedded. Will you help me to rescue the young novice and find my cherished axe? If you agree, I will meet you back in the Deep's Grave when I have recovered a replacement weapon. Bah! No axe can replace the one that I've lost, but one must serve. Oh yes, you definitely want the Golden Tooth axe back. And let's hope that we get both of them back, right? I just can't put Deep's Grave behind me.
We were attacked just over there.
Over to the northwest. There were many orcs, more than I could count in the moment, and it was my impression that they were returning from somewhere. I felt we were not their purpose, though they were satisfied their path crossed ours. Investigate the site and attack, and you may learn what befell of my young novice, and if he yet lives. Okay, over to the northwest. That is this way. Let's go and find those orcs and deal with them. Hold up. What's this? Blood? Orc blood? Well, if it's orc blood, that's better than if it were dwarf blood. Well, I suppose what about that rope? Actually, before I do anything else, let's see. What's this all about? Short length of cord was cut from a longer rope. Now, why is that? Maybe I better ask the Trolsty again. I was wondering, do you recognize this rope?
Eskil's fate remains uncertain, but there is reason to hope for his survival.
That bridge is the way to Thurnstralt, and we know Eskil did not return to the Bergbeam. I think we can say this of Eskil's fate. It remains uncertain, but there is reason to hope for his survival. I think they shortened the length of rope in order to bind his hands, and he may have been brought alive to Thurnhope, or perhaps to other orcish dwellings along the northeastern wall of the Deep's Grave. Let us search the northeastern bounds of Deep's Grave for further signs of the young novice, and for my axe as well. Yes. So let's go to the northeast then. I guess he means down these stairs. And then we can find out if there are any orcs holding captive a dwarf down that way. Perhaps that wasn't the best way to get here, but I eventually found it. What's wrong?
Cowardly eyes are upon us, watching us from some hiding place.
Let us get the bearer of those eyes a good scare, and he may reveal himself. Unleash a tremendous roar. Let us inform the craven watcher we know of his presence. Really? All right. Huh. Oh, there you are. Hello. Don't hurt me! Don't hurt me! Vorharsh knows nothing, nothing, nothing. Wait, I do know something. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Please don't kill me. You're looking for a dwarf, right? Yes, a captive dwarf? Yes, I know where he's taken. Hashtur's warriors brought him to Vatugronk. They did. He won't live for long in that pit. But he was alive when I saw him. Yes, he was. He was. Useful information. Useful. Uh-huh. Well, what do you say about that?
I'll let him go. We learned something useful.
We learned something useful, and there'll be plenty of time to slay goblins later. If he was telling the truth, Eskil was alive when he was brought to Vatugronk. If we hurry, we may be able to keep him that way. Well, we can only hope.
I do not know much about Vatugronk, the groaning pit.
But if that is where the orcs brought the young novice, that is where we need to go. I believe the pit is on the very lowest level of Deep's grave. Let us meet at the base of Bergbeam, and then we will decide our course of action. Well, this is a place that I've been to before, and maybe I might be able to get there without getting too far lost. Ah, at least this time we are in a easier to meet spot. Well, what do you think?
We are here.
Are you prepared to search Vatogrunk with me for our adopted friend? Let me know when you're ready. Oh, yes, I am ready. I think I might have been here before.
We will find and rescue Eskil Bloodthumb, and my lost axe as well.
Well, let's hope we find both. It's quiet here, Pineleaf, except for the sound of the wood creaking and the groaning of the support beams above, overtaxed by their heavy loads. Where are the guards? Where is Eskil's captors? This is most peculiar. Well, I see a cage up ahead, though that might be a cage I've encountered before. Ah, there's someone to greet us! He looks a bit weary. Well then, that was poor showing. What happened to these orcs? What's going on here? If you're here to slay orcs, you've come too late. Ever since that cursed dragon arrived, raiding parties of hobgoblins have come through from time to time. But this last was even worse than usual. It was all we could do to fight them off, and we paid for it. Grr! We sent in for reinforcements from Gorgar, but they have still not arrived. We should have killed that goblin of his when we had a chance, and paid the consequences. But he's gone, and my boy's all slain. Huh, the dwarf prisoner? Oh, Glur Club wouldn't let us eat him. Should have slain him anyway, and the goblin too. So, what if Glur Club has orders to keep him alive? He's still locked up, I expect. I don't think the hobgoblins were looking for him. They found me and the boys instead, and did us in. The injury could still be my last. Uh-huh. But I am not so injured as I cannot slay you. You want to bet? Well, interesting. I think our fortune may hold true, Pine Leaf, for it sounds as if Eskil may still be alive. I should imagine why the Goblin Glur Club might have had orders to keep him alive, but I will not trouble about it for now. It is enough that Eskil may yet live. Follow me, friend. We will find him somewhere in Voltogrog. Perhaps these orcs are too weary to battle for their supposed hobgoblin allies to stand against us. Bah! To ask him about my ask. Oh yes, you want to know about the ask. Alright, let's go. My trusty friend. And we'll deal with these guys piece by piece. Have you seen my axe villain? Well, he's asking every orc if they've seen his axe. Well, he axes questions, I guess. There you go. Yes, it has sentimental and monetary value. Well, I guess if there's a golden tooth in there, it would have both. Yes. And now it's your turn. Your turn to die, apparently. These orcs just aren't putting up much of a fight. Just a little bit too tired. Might as well get rid of them before... I do not think I have seen it, Pineleaf. Well... The axe is simply not as good as one I lost. I hope we find it soon. And Eskil too, of course. Hey, Trusty! Oh. Hello. There he is. I will break the lock to Eskil's cell and release him. I don't think we will have much time before Gorgar's reinforcements get here, Pineleaf. Remain on guard. Yeah, I suspect it won't be too long. Here they come! Oh, now the reinforcements have arrived. Ah! They're not much better, fortunately. Right. Not very good reinforcements. We just have to reinforce their death. Right, any more? Yes, more. Oh, and trolls. Hey! Flying lessons! Well, we have to take care of this troll. Ouch! Your turn? Seems to be all of them, and no sign of my axe. How fares Eskil? You wouldn't have seen an axe either. Thank you for rescuing me, Pineleaf. I knew I should have come to Deep's grave, but what choice did I have? My jailer was a goblin. Glurglub, he was called, I think, and the orcs were afraid of him. It seemed to me that he must be high in Gorgar's councils. He forbade them of harming me. Last I saw of Glurglub, he had Trolsey's axe in his hand, but where he is now I don't know. After the hobgoblins attacked, there was no more sign of him. Thank you for coming to save me. I know that I don't deserve it. I'm no warrior, and can be of little help for the Gabil Lacha. Well, I'm glad that we've rescued Eskil, but If we are to find my axe, we will need to track down this Glurkub, it seems. Fear not, Lokil. He will not be kept in for long. Yes. I hope you'll be safe here.
I thank you again for the rescue.
Well, yes, but I think that this experience has taught me one thing. I am simply not cut out for this adventuring life. I'm no warrior. But there's nothing for it. I signed a contract to serve as Stali's apprentice, and wherever he sees fit to send me, there I have to go. You saved me this time, but how often can I count on you to rescue me? I will surely die down there, Pine Leaf. I will surely die. Oh, you have something to say? Oh, your sister?
Might I have a moment of your time?
It is clear to me, and I suspect at Hotel, that my brother is not well suited to the life of a warrior. But it is also obvious to me that Stali, his master, cares little for the dangers into which he sends his apprentice. Eskil needs to obey his master's commands for the duration of the apprenticeship, but were he somehow to slip free of Stali's contract, he will be no further obligation. It might save his life, Pine Leaf. Will you help me find some loophole in the agreement, some means of freeing my brother from the servitude that will surely lead to his doom? Tell me that you will.
Aye, that's the spirit.
Yes, there must be some way to free my brother from the dangerous apprenticeship. Who could have anticipated that working for a sculptor would lead him to among such orc-infested dangers? Mere months ago, when he agreed to work for Stali, I thought the worst of his worries would be living up to the epithet of Blood Thumb. By hitting his thumb with a chisel, Pine Leaf, that's what I mean. You got it? Lovely. Anyway, Stali has not fully moved into Gundabad yet, and his luggage remains in Zaku's saloon. Well, what do you say to searching his baggage for my brother's contract and studying it for the loophole that would free Eskil from his service? If you go at once, we can do our best to keep Stali from learning of the regrettable but necessary intrusion. Will we be able to find a loophole and save Eskil from his fate? We have to find that out in the next episode of The Legacy of Durin.